You know, here in America, we talk a lot about second chances. But what we don't talk enough about is how hard it is to give yourself one. So today, I want to share with you a story. A story about a man named Arlo, and how he finally stopped letting the past define who he was. Maybe a part of his journey is also yours. In a small American town surrounded by old forests and quiet backroads, there lived a man named Arlo. He was kind, hardworking, soft-spoken, but if you looked into his eyes long enough, you'd see a shadow, like he was carrying something heavy no one else could see. And he was, because when Arlo was just a kid, he made a mistake. A mistake that changed the way people saw him, and even worse, the way he saw himself. One night, trying to impress some older boys, Arlo stole a small silver cross from the local church. He thought it was just a prank, a dumb moment, a kid trying to fit in. But that cross belonged to the pastor's late wife, his last memory of her. And when the truth came out, those older boys lied. Arlo stood alone. People who once waved at him stopped. Teachers saw him differently. His father barely spoke to him. And those words, "You've brought shame to this family," followed him into adulthood like chains. Arlo grew up, worked hard, did good things, but inside, he still believed he was that kid who broke trust. He carried his past like a backpack full of stones. Then one summer, a traveling monk, yes, even in America you still find those rare souls, visited the town. He was old, peaceful, with a presence that made people quiet. And somehow, he noticed Arlo. One afternoon, in front of everyone, the monk pointed at him. "You," he said, "come here." Arlo froze, then slowly walked forward. "What is your name, Arlo?" The monk looked straight into his eyes. "You carry a shadow, child." Arlo swallowed. "I made a mistake, a long time ago." The monk nodded gently. "Ah, so you have chosen to live inside the ruins of yesterday." "I can't change it," Arlo whispered. "No," the monk said, "but you can stop worshipping it." Those words hit Arlo like thunder. The monk told him this. There was once a man who carried a bag of stones everywhere he went. Each stone reminded him of a mistake he made, a lie, a betrayal, a moment he wasn't brave enough. The bag got heavier each year until he could barely walk. One day, an old woman asked, "Why do you carry this weight?" "So I don't forget." She touched his heart and said, "Is this how you honor pain? By dragging it through your whole life? If you put the stones down, you won't forget who you are, you'll finally remember who you were meant to be." That night, the man set the bag down and for the first time in decades, he ran. Arlo didn't know how to let go, but something inside him cracked open. For the first time in years, he cried, not out of guilt, but out of release. Slowly, his life began to shift. He stopped walking with his head down. He helped kids in the neighborhood with homework. He fixed broken fences for neighbors without being asked. And one day, he visited the old pastor, who held his hand and whispered, "I forgave you a long time ago. It's time you did too." Arlo returned to something he used to love as a child, painting. His art was full of pain and hope. And one of his paintings, a man walking out of a dark cave into sunlight, was hung right in the center of town. A little boy once told him, "People used to say bad things about you. Now they say you're the kindest man around." Arlo smiled and said, "Sometimes we have to become who we needed back when we were broken." Arlo grew old. One day, a traveler visiting the town asked, "Is it true this place was once home to a kid who stole from a church?" Quote, Arlo nodded, "That was me. But people speak of you as a healer, a teacher, an artist." Arlo looked at the sky and said, "That's because I stopped living in my past. I stopped punishing myself. I used my wound as a bridge for others." "Do you still feel guilt?" the traveler asked. Arlo smiled. "No, just gratitude. For a second chance. For the people who let me grow. For the day I finally allowed myself to bloom, even after the fire." Arlo left her with a sentence she never forgot. Asterisk, "You are not your worst day. You are not your lowest moment. You are not the person you were when you didn't know better. You are every act of love, every moment of courage, every time you chose light over darkness. Leave your past behind, not because it doesn't matter, but because you do." Asterisk. Thank you for watching this story. If it touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you want more stories that help you grow from the inside out, make sure to subscribe to The Self-Made You. Your support means everything.